Jason here from The Pursuit of Squash. In this video, I will be presenting my review of the Karakal Raw 120 racket. Karakal's goal with this racket was to provide a lightweight and cost-effective racket for players that prefer something in the 120 gram range. Their site mentions that they even cut down on paint and finish to reduce weight. Before I get into the review, I'll go through some of the technical specs. It's a closed-throat, balanced racket with a 120 gram frame weight. It has a 480 centimeter squared head size with a 14 by 18 straight string pattern. I believe it is strung up with Karakal's Nano 125 string. On the grip, you obviously have Karakal's PU Super Grip. Now I hit with this racket for 5 or 6 sessions. What did I think of it by the end? In terms of control, this racket was very good. I was never surprised by where the ball ended up after leaving the strings. My shots were predictable and quite consistent. Due to the shape of the head, scraping the ball off the wall was also a bit easier, as there is a little bit more surface area near the top of the frame to work with. Due to the lightweight nature of the racket, it really favors players that like to volley aggressively. It's quick to get into the ready position and strike through the ball. Another area this racket performed quite well was in hitting tight drives. I scratched up the bumper quite a bit already, scraping the ball off the wall. Definitely a good thing. One area I did struggle with, however, was generating power. I tested this racket out left-handed, where my skill level is closer to that of a beginner. Especially when compared to my slightly heavier Victor racket, I had more trouble hitting the sweet spot consistently. With the weight of the racket being so low, you really need good contact and a lot of head speed to pound the ball to the back of the court. However, had I been hitting right-handed, I wouldn't have had an issue in this area. I mention this because this racket is actually marketed towards beginner/intermediate players. I personally would suggest this racket for intermediate to advanced players, where power generation is not a concern. Advanced players could also really take advantage of the maneuverability and really punish their opponents with an aggressive volley game. When I did make a good connection with the ball, it did take off like a rocket. Overall, I think this racket is very solid. It's on the lower end of Karakal's price range, but if you're an intermediate or an advanced player looking for a slightly more budget-friendly option, you won't be disappointed here. Thanks to Yumo.ca for providing me with this racket to test out. Check out the description for links to Yumo, where you can find some awesome deals on Victor, Karakal, and Black Knight squash equipment.